In a general public where people are contaminating the climate and killing every one of the animal varieties by obliterating their homes, a collection of wealthy people are bidding to buy an island called the Green Gulf. The costs become ludicrous after many raises from the rivalries. Yet a businessman Lou figures out how to buy the land, subsequent to consenting to compensate fairly more than $20 billion. The business tycoons all gather towards Lou's home, showing up in their fancy vehicles one after the other, including a rich billionaire called Shan. Lou invites everybody into the house, yet individuals uncover that the whole offering was a plot to cause the man to lose a lot of money, as the island is a protection area and the home to numerous dolphins, making the building land is impossible. While they're laughing at their rivals' lost, Lou uncovers that he really got the permit for construction after proving that the dolphins presently not live there any longer. Individuals show their real nature, particularly Chen, who ceaselessly insults Lou for deceiving him. However, his jetpacks start breakdowns, making the man fly around. Laughing at how frantic his opponents have become, Lou celebrates by facilitating a large party, where the man is encircled by various wonderful ladies. One of his business rivals, Rowolan, removes her watch and tosses it into the pool. Let the girl know that whoever takes it will keep it. Subsequent to uncovering that it's valued at $8 million, the ladies all leap into the waters. Furthermore, frantically attempt to recover the watch. Rowolan advises Lou that she needs to be an accomplice in the new venture, while attempting to seduce the man, and in the end getting it. However, their celebration is intruded on by a lady that has unique makeup on her face, bringing about the bodyguard handling her down and flipping her onto the ground. Lou stops the tumult and attempts to figure out who this lady is, however understands that she's not even on the list for the visitors. Incidentally, the girl's name is Shan, and she keeps on flirting while tossing her telephone number at the man, requesting that he call her for a future date. Attempting to end this shame, Lou takes the paper and advises the men to toss her out, believing that she's just a fan. The girl returns home while riding on her skateboard, at last showing up at a house close to the Green Gulf, where she goes into a huge cavern that brings her onto a boat. It just so happens, Shan is a mermaid from the seas, and every one individuals in her clan has been constrained into this boat with no place to go. The reason Lou had the option to acquire the building permit on the Green Gulf was on the grounds that he put various machines into the seas close by that make strong sonars in the water, pushing every one of the dolphins away, and killing anything that really considers returning. Much to his dismay that this also impacted the merpeople incredibly, and their leader Octopus plans to kill the man so that they can revisit their homes. The merpeople plan to accomplish this by seducing the man, using their most lovely girl in the clan, but their abilities are profoundly sketchy as their grandmother assassin plainly experiences issues differentiating among companion and enemy. In addition, their misjudgment of Shan's flirting abilities is exceptionally clear, as they stand by frantically behind her wireless for Lou to call her, not understanding that the man is intending to have forceful cuddling with his new business partner. Notwithstanding, the girl figures out how to totally soil the mood when she reminds the man that they are not on a similar level in spite of their similar riches, as she was born into royalty, and Lou has earned his cash through difficult work. Understanding that Rulan has consistently peered down on him, Lou chooses to call Shan for a date, telling her that he'll get her quickly. He lets Rulan know that he regrets making her his partner and starts leaving the lady, picking pride over having some good times later in the room. The merpeople start to get together the entirety of their weapons and plans to take cover behind the walls, preparing to trap Lou the second he enters the place. Shan leaves the door and appears close by her unique taste of style, but just sees Lou's bodyguard here rather than the man himself. They take her to Lou's place of business and tells her that their boss would come soon. However, the girl promptly poisons the water just after the secretary has left. Amazingly, the head of security appears at look at her rather than her date, and the man sees her taking hold of the drinks, thinking that she's attempting to poison his boss. The security guard takes the 2 cups and offers her to drink. However, Shan's apprehension makes her fail to remember which one's poison, and she's compelled to put her life in extreme danger by drinking the water. Her face starts to contort in torment as the security guard sees her in shock. However, it just so happens, she essentially could have done without the lemon that was in her water. The man laughs at her reaction, however starts to let out foam from his mouth and tumbles down onto the ground. The girl attempts to save the man by emptying alcohol into his mouth, which cures him from the toxic substance. In any case, the flunkies give their boss more lemonade to drink from a similar cup, making him tumble down by and by. In the midst of the disorder, Shan at last sees Lou leaving the workplace, and starts following the man so she can at last kill her target. She tries throw the sea urchin at Lou, however gets thumped in the head all things considered, as the man yells at his employees for their ineptitude. The girl takes cover behind the furnishings and attempts to trap her objective once more, yet neglects to see the glass in front her and gets hit on the face by her own weapon. Regardless of how frequently she attempts to toss the urchins, they generally appear to return onto her face, making her almost drop from the poisons. Shan will not surrender and attempts to trap the man from underneath the sofa, yet Lou starts dancing to his favorite song called Invisible, and evading all her assault utilizing his killer moves, he steps on the girl's hand, causing her enormous aggravation while he shakes close by the music. The mermaid attempts to wound him energetically, yet winds up penetrating herself, as the man gives off an impression of being truly invisible. When Lu at last turns his back towards the Shan shakes off the urchins and throwing at her target, yet, just to be smacked in the face by a golf club, as the man is stunned to see the girl on the floor. Once more she attempts to flirt at the man, yet Lu just want her should leave, tossing endlessly heaps of money at the girl, believing that is all she needs. Incredibly, the girl denies all his cash and confounds him considerably more, as he has never met anybody like her. When the man is going to leave in disappointment, he rapidly pivots towards the girl. What's more, starts behaving like he's infatuated, attempting to put on an act for Rulon, who recently showed up. Lu gives Shan a loving hug and pretend to live it up, as Rulon gazes at the girl utilizing her venomous eyes that is brimming with envy. The mermaid chooses to take Lu to dinner, however the man is stunned that she took him to a cafe in the city, declining to eat something that he believes is made for workers. In any case, the man can't keep down his craving and starts gobbling up the chickens close by the girl, acknowledging how great the food is. Shockingly, Lu starts crying as he gets done with eating, thinking back about his life as a youngster when his family was poor, and they needed to take chickens that tasted precisely this way. Since that day, he swore that he'll turn into the most richest person on the planet, and at no point in the future experience like that. However, Shan imagines that the man's objectives are senseless in nature. She lets Lu know that cash is worthless on the off chance that one day the planet cannot hold on to any more. Indeed, even a solitary trickle of clean water or a solitary breath of clean air. The man is intrigued by her vision and keep in touch with her. A last check of $1 million. However, Shan takes the paper and tosses it into the fire, guaranteeing that cash amounts to nothing to her and she's just here since she likes him. Shan starts singing to the man, and Lu understands that the girl has a similar taste of music as himself, making him sing too. The girl turns out to be so immersed in their two-part harmony, that she releases her mermaid voice and breaks all the glass nearby, knocking off the man's phony mustache simultaneously. The girl takes Lu onto various amusement park rides, and the man is at long last ready to let loose while living it up, as he recollects the great recollections from his life as a youngster too. Thereafter, they return to the island where the lady guarantees that she resides, but her joy is finished when she gets a call from Octopus, as her individuals intend to trap Lu from behind the door. The man strolls the mermaid towards her home and starts holding her hand, while Shan shows up to have created affections for Lu also. Before the girl opens the door, she questions Lu about what he needs to check whether he as it were had this second to live, and the man answers that he would just glance at her. Shan is gotten by Lu's response and removes her apparel, attempting to uncover that she's a mermaid. In any case, the man neglects to see anything without lights, and recommend that they head inside so that he can appropriately analyze her. Shan grins and strolls into the room, shutting the door and saving the man's life, as Lu feels that the girl is putting on a show. Octopus is angry that their objective has obviously gotten away, yet Shan gets another call from Lu, requesting that she go on a subsequent date. The merpeople hears this and starts reciting for Lu's death, yet Shan is plainly clashed about her mission. The following day, Lu takes the girl to a sushi cafe while Octopus intends to camouflage as a gourmet expert and kill the man himself. But, before he can take the action, various bodyguards show up and destroy the arrangement. To stay away from doubt, Octopus must choose the option to imagine that his arms are the feasts, and starts cooking them on the table while attempting frantically to stow away the languishing. The chefs exacerbate things as they cut off the tentacles utilizing painful techniques, making the octopus make progressively unnerving appearances, as Lu feels that this is all part of the act. In the end, the man is at this point not ready to get through the agony and lets out a dart of ink, getting away from the windows without a second to spare. Shan attempts to make sense of this as essential for the man's exhibition, while Lu gives little consideration to what simply occurred, as he has more significant declarations to make. The man takes out a wedding band and puts it on the girl's hand, attempting to wed her immediately, as he understands that she's the best thing that has at any point happened to his life. Shan experiences difficulty tolerating this and calls the man a fool, showing Lu her knife and letting him know that she's here to kill him. However, the man thumps away her weapon and continues to kiss her energetically, while the girl cries from the clashing feelings. Their hug is intruded on by Rulon as she strolls into the room, compelling Shan to leave from the humiliation. Rulon is angry at Lu for cherishing another person, yet the man cares very little about her and requests that she prevent following him from here on out. Sometime thereafter, Octopus is incensed that they failed to kill their target. Indeed, what's more, starts thinking that Shan has really become hopelessly enamored, albeit the girl denies the allegation. Octopus needs her to search in his eyes and swear, yet, this becomes troublesome as the grandmother turns on the roof fan, making the man turn in disappointment. In any case, their contentions are interfered with by knockings from an external perspective, and Shan opens the door, just to see that Lu has come to apologize. The man sees the mermaid's fishtail and sees various other merpeople in the room. But he's caught before he can run and thumped oblivious. When the man awakens, Octopus yells at him with outrage and shows him every one of the tribesmen that his company has harmed, choosing to kill him immediately. In any case, Lu asks for them to quit, expressing that his death wouldn't handicap the sonars. He believes them should allow him another opportunity so he can debilitate the machines, as he never anticipated that the sonars should be so destructive. However, the octopus is unhinged and starts gagging Lu irately. Fortunately, Shan is able to cut the tentacle in the latest possible second, saving the man's life, allowing him the opportunity to get away. While everybody sees her in shock, the octopus becomes angered by the girl's disloyalty and attempts to kill her, yet is eventually incapable to kill one of his own. Lu promptly goes to the police and attempts to explain what just befell him, yet subsequent to listening to the man's portrayals and drawing the suspect, the officers struggle with keeping an indifferent expression, as they almost stifle themselves out by laughing. With no other decision, Lu chooses to look at the sonars by and by, and tells the doctors to impact the machine right at him. A strong shockwave charges towards the man and causes him incredible torment, rapidly constraining Lu onto the ground as he yells for it to stop. Shockingly, the doctor lets him know that they utilized just 10% of the machine's power. Understanding the damage that he's finished, Lu tells the board individuals that they need to quit utilizing the sonars. However, individuals all dissent, as the development has as of now begun. Rulon appears too, and after hearing the board member objections, the lady suddenly agrees with Lu and orders the sonars to be switched off. After at last closing down the perilous weapons, Rulon needs to know the reasons behind the abrupt course change. Imagining that the lady is his ally, Lu informs her beginning and end regarding the merpeople and how they're stuck on an island due to the company's sonars. Nonetheless, Rulon isn't shocked by any means by this information, as she uncovers that her group has been looking for the presence of mermaids for quite a while. Truth be told, they have proactively tracked down numerous groups of the merpeople, and presently they can recover live examples, making their company inconceivable benefits. Thus, understanding that the lady is determined to even the score, Lu has a go at calling Shan, yet she never gets the telephone. With no other decision, the man drives rapidly towards the mermaid's area. Simultaneously, Rulon advises every one of her men to head towards the island, as they plan to catch and kill all the merpeople. The soldiers show up inside the boat and views the spot as totally vacant, yet subsequent to plunging into the water, they before long find that their objectives are concealing inside the pool. The people point their guns and start firing irately without leniency, causing extraordinary wounds to a large number of the merpeople and turning the water red. The casualties are compelled to leap out from stowing away as they attempt frantically to sidestep the slugs, yet winds up abandoned on a superficial level. Thus, the people show no compassion towards the merpeople as they start slashing at their objectives and bagging them. Shan leaps out from the water and attempts to escape away from the flying weapons, yet she gets encircled by the sheer number of individuals pursuing her. Fortunately, Octopus figures out how to save her from being caught, as he takes hold of her utilizing his tentacles and sending off her away from the boat, sending her straightforwardly towards the waterfall. Notwithstanding, the mermaid fails to escape as she gets caught inside a giant net and beat various times by the people, making her fall towards the ground. Various people accuse towards the girl of the aim to kill. However, a huge wave strikes the aggressors and thumps them into the water, as the elder mermaid seems to save her kin. She raises her monster tail and strikes the water utilizing enormous power, making huge waves across the pool that consumes people completely. The senior keeps on going after the soldiers of fortune by sending off water at them, sending individuals towards the walls and incapacitating them effectively, thumping down every one of the enemy. Before she can unwind, one of the enemies fires an explosive at the mermaid, sending her flying across the boat and dropping into the sea. The elder is astonished to discover that the sonars are not working any longer, and tells her kin to run for the seas, bringing about the remaining survivors to escape at last. Shan tries running for the seas too, however is gone after by one the snares which keeps her from moving away. The mermaid charges frantically away from the boats, yet the floaters keep her from jumping further, and at last she's up to speed by a helicopter Rulon is in. The lady points a rocket launcher at Shan and flames the rocket, causing a colossal blast submerge that sends the mermaid onto the surface. As her body is seriously injured by the attack, the soldiers surround the girl while Rulon advises the men to kill the target, attempting to get revenge for taking her man. Simultaneously, Lu is trapped in rush hour gridlock and attempts to call for help. However, his men are totally trapped in the busy time, very much such as himself. Shockingly, Lu sees one of his business rivals who possesses the jetpack. Lastly, see an exit plan from this franticness. Not long before the soldiers can discharge their weapon, Lu flies in to save the mermaid, and tells every one of the men to stop. However, Rulon gets the firearm and fires without wavering, destroying the jetpack as Lu attempts to protect his loved one. He carries the mermaid and runs for the sea. However, Rulan shoots her firearm and raising a ruckus around town on different occasions. Lu won't surrender his companion regardless of being vigorously injured, and in the long run makes it to the edge of the walkway. He figures out how to discharge the mermaid inside the water, before at last falling from the injuries as the police surges in to help. In some cases later, an author shows up inside Lu's home and starts to talk with Lu, attempting to figure out reality with regards to the mermaids. However, the man essentially giggles and lets him know that these are just fantasies made by individuals. In any case, Lu uncovers that he's at this point not single, and as of now married to Shan, who's ready to disguise impeccably as a human. The two dive into the seas, and the mermaid shows her significant other the marvels and delights inside her reality, as she's at last along with her people. The end. If you like this story, please subscribe to the channel and like it to motivate me to bring you more stories like this.